Hey, what's up everyone? Dragon here with
Ashley.
doing another trailer reactions, kind of a big one. This is the new
Little bit.
yeah,
Little bit.
just
Just a little.
just a little bit. The new Justice League trailer just dropped, and apparently a lot of people are excited about this. So let's see what all the hype is
Let's
about.
have a look-see.
Yeah, let's have one of those.
We have to be ready. You, me, the others. There's an attack coming from far away.
Who is that?
Not coming, Bruce.
Oh.
It's already here.
What the fuck was
The
that?
others. Where are they?
Yeah.
The Aquaman. It's on him.
Organic and biomechatronic body parts. He's a cyborg.
You should probably move. Barry Allen.
Whoever you're looking for, it's not me. You're the Batman?
They said the age of heroes would never come again.
It has to.
Nice.
I like how it's been closed up.
What are your superpowers again?
I'm rich.
The best superpower.
My turn.
Nice.
Shall we?
It's good to see you playing well with others again. Just like
That bulge. That's all I'm gonna say.
Maybe temporary.
Well, so that's a thing.
That big thing.
Yeah.
Little bird.
Wow. Oh yeah, as soon as I heard, yeah, Jason Momoa, I forget that's your other husband apparently.
One
yeah.
of my many other husbands.
One of your many other husbands. Well, him, Chris Hemsworth, you have a lot of other husbands.
Not including my fictitious husbands.
Those are your fictitious husbands, right?
Well, they're still real people.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it better be the
Then
only
there's
thing
people-
real about them, and they be your husband. Even though
Anyways.
style points to Momoa, I have to say. Yeah. So. As with the Wonder Woman trailer, I made it very clear that we do not pretend to be DC fans. Not that we have anything against it. We just not familiar with the comics and I never grew up reading them. So, like I said with Wonder
Yeah.
Woman, what I know about DC is kind of what I've seen from like animated series, what friends
The
of ours have
movies.
told us. Yeah, various movie incarnations over the years. So again, based on what we're seeing here, I would be curious to ask you guys. Is this an official storyline from any one of the comics, or is it kind of like, again, an amalgamation of like different
Yeah.
things from the comics that they're kind of putting together to kind of make one story? So that's my just question I want to throw out there because again, if I'm not mistaken, Doomsday is supposed to be the villain. I think not Doomsday. Not Doomsday.
I was like, wasn't he in the other one?
What was I don't know. Who's the Doomsday? Was he the one who killed Superman? No, who is the but who's the villain? He's big. He's got like red eyes. He's
That doesn't narrow down.
But you guys will know who I'm talking about. Again, I don't pretend to know much about DC, so I'm not being just glib here or trying to be just like snarky, like the guy with. I really don't know his name, so. But I've seen like images and pictures and people are saying this is the villain,
I have no
which
idea.
he looks cool. I mean, from what I think, he's a big kind of dude. So
Well, I'm trying to think the guy, like the people they were showing him fighting, Like, I feel like I've seen him before, but I can't think of who it is.
I think those are things we saw from apparently in Batman v Superman. There is like a weird dream sequence or something, and that Batman and those are parademons or something. Again, let us know. But based on what I'm seeing, this movie it seems almost less like when they had the Avengers. Oh, you're fact checking me right now.
I was gonna look.
Yeah, it seems like with Avengers, it seemed like it was all leading up to one big final battle. I'm kind of wondering, like, it looks almost like this film. I don't want to say it's like a journey movie, but it almost looks like, okay, instead of all building up to kind of one big climactic ending, which I'm sure this film is going to have, it seems like this one's kind of like they're kind of getting together and going off and doing things together that's building up to a bigger thing, which I kind of dig. I like that it's not just, going to be, maybe about hour and a half of just, exposition and then just a big fight at the end. I like how this seems to be more of a setup of, like, they're going off and doing maybe smaller missions together, smaller things together, and that's how they kind of build the whole team-oriented thing and before, the end of the movie when you're going to have your big, massive throwdown. Find anything yet?
No, but he does look like Amuzin Cab, how you say his name from Smite, and that's all I kept thinking of, so.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, so I like kind of the feel of it. I mean, Aquaman looks cool. I've never understood why. Here, answer us this: why does everyone make fun of Aquaman? Like, from what I've seen, like I don't think his powers anymore. Everyone says it's kind of ridiculous.
I think it's
why?
because, like, in the old like Justice Friends cartoon, he was always like very ineffective. From what I saw, I didn't see a lot, but
I mean, he talks.
Like, I'm gonna call my fish friends.
Yeah, but think about it. The world is like what? Like 75% water. So basically, he has the ability to communicate and effectively control the vast majority
he doesn't
of.
actually control them. I think he beckons them for help.
Yeah, but they seem pretty responsive when he asks for help. But the point is, he can call upon like 90% of all animal life on the planet Earth. That's pretty useful. I mean, I'm just saying, like if I have to be able to have a power where I can communicate with animals, the animals that occupy the vast majority of the planet I'm on seems like an effective.
I like his outfit from what I've seen.
Yeah, he's very.
I mean, obviously they're completely kind of catering his look to Momoa, but
giving him more of like a kind of Pacific Island.
But ironically,
kind of,
it works. Like, I know hardcore fans have been upset from what I heard.
But I think was that Momoa's input, or was that something they wanted to do for Momoa?
I don't know.
Because traditionally he was always like a blonde guy, kind of,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
he had like the red or the orange top.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. They kind of gave him the armor still now that we see in this trailer.
Yeah, I don't know. I dig his look. I mean, he's. I don't know. And Momoa looks like he's having fun playing this too.
He's like, please let this be a successful film franchise.
I know. I always feel bad for Momoa. He always comes getting up things.
Except for Khal Drogo, which didn't last long.
Yeah, season 1. But it's like I think the longest ongoing franchise he was ever part of was Stargate Atlantis. That was the longest thing ever. But I like Momoa. He's good and
handsome. What? He's a good actor.
Yeah,
he's beautiful.
Yeah.
So there's two things I noticed about this trailer that kind of bother me.
Be careful. Beware the wrath.
I know.
We learned our lesson in the very first Wonder Woman trailer.
Like,
we say this with love.
I think Cyborg looks cool, but I feel like he's way too small. And second of all...
like he's not as built up enough?
Yeah, like he looks kind of scrawny. I mean, I know in the cartoons and he's always been very buff.
Everyone's really buff in the cartoon. Have you seen...
Well, I know.
What was that one that...
But I'm like, if he's a cyborg and he's all CG... Like, why couldn't they just make him a little more beefy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, well, yeah.
Also, I was going to say the CG on him looked really bad.
Well, okay.
I know it's early and they probably had
to okay. And I always tell people this when the trailers come out and you start seeing
But I'm like, it was noticeably...
compared
to everyone else.
He
looks like a game cutscene character next to everyone else.
I am almost willing to bet money that when we see that same shot in the final film, it'll look real. Because we've seen that too with movies. So you see the trailer and it's like, and then you see the same shot in the movie and it looks a lot better because they're still what they call rendering the effects. When you kind of have a visual effects in a digital format with a computer, the computer has to render it, and the more rendering passes it does, the more kind of
the lighting, the textures.
the more finalized it's done. So effects of this quality the rendering is going to take a lot of time, but they need to get these trailers out, obviously, and they can't keep shooting around.
Again, that's why I'm not trying to just hate on it, but I'm like, they definitely need to work on it, and I'm sure they are. But...
Well, notice too, the people they showed you the most were, the people who had less
effects.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you see Batman, you see Aquaman, because Aquaman's
the Flash for one scene as the Flash, otherwise.
Yeah, because again, it's all these things. You don't even see Wonder Woman that much looking like Wonder Woman, so that's
Except for her,
yeah, but that's my point. So I'm sure we'll get another trailer after this, and you'll see a lot more of everything. Again, even like the big villain that you're seeing, obviously he's probably going to be all a digital effect, and they're going to want to make sure that he looks phenomenal the first time you see him. But yeah, so stuff like that. I mean, these earlier trailers, they're still finalizing things.
This is obviously the first trailer. So.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed it
again,
too.
I'm not trying to hate for the sake of hating. I hope you guys know that.
I know. But again, it's one of those things where it's like, but the movies with these kind of budgets...
It's just out of everything, the trailer list would jumped out at me.
It jumped, but again, it's one of those things where I'm like, every trailer, like these big effects films that come out, the first trailer, there's always a few shots that are a little, like, rough around the edges, but at this point, we've seen how it goes, so it's just like...
this is completely random, but apparently DC changed their logo again. I don't know if you noticed at the very beginning.
I saw that. I didn't know. Is it different now
Yeah,
again?
Before it looked a lot like... It was like a weird... There was like a D and a C, but like it was like peeling back. I don't know. It was weird. Because I remember it was very similar to another logo when initially they came out with it.
Unless maybe they're trying to do something for the films. I don't know.
I don't
know. Anyway, but again, I like the color palette for the film too. I like how it kind of has that darker color too.
Of course, they have to. Gritty
reboots. I don't know. I like.
No, it does look nice.
Again, I know. According to the mainstream public, not all these films have been kind of.
I forget her name. Sorry, you finish what you're saying.
I was just saying. Again, to me, the movies seem fine. I have no issue with them. But again, I don't really know everything about DC. But, I would like to see this kind of franchise,
Yeah. I love that Mira. I always, it's like female Aquaman, because I don't know anything about the comics, so I'm sorry, guys. But I like that she's in this, apparently.
Is she?
Yeah, she was that woman you saw in the water for that, split second.
Well, it makes sense. You're going to see Aquaman's,
Yeah, that's the picture of what she looks like. So.
I mean, you're going to see Aquaman's kingdom, I'm assuming, right?
I know.
So I would imagine that we're going to see more of his people, and I'm sure they're going to want to set up characters for later films.
He's getting a standalone movie, right?
I would imagine. Assuming. I would imagine so.
Again, that's still my one thing I'm kind of like about with the whole thing. Is like I hate that they kind of introduce people before their actual movies. It's not the worst. I mean, at least with Wonder Woman, it's like, I guess obviously it takes place in the past, and we've seen that now, but it's still a little weird at the same time for me.
But, I mean, I guess, again, I know, here comes the dirty word in this. I'm sure they're trying not to
play catch-up.
I'm sure, well, no, I was going to say, I'm sure they're trying not to be compared to Marvel.
Yeah.
And obviously, but at the same time, it's like, think about it, but before we get Justice League, we're going to have what? Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman. That's already 4 movies before Justice League, and that was about what they had before Avengers. Yeah, because you had, I think they had like 5, but still, you're still having a good.
Well, everybody had their introduction, though.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think here.
I mean, again, I know this is being a dead horse. It's been talked about.
Yeah, I think DC, rather than trying to introduce each character, I think they're trying to introduce kind of the universe, kind of the universe in which these characters inhabit. So even if you're seeing them for the first time in Justice League, they feel familiar in a sense that you believe that they are real within this universe. They feel like something that could belong in this universe, which, that can work. Again, it all comes down to execution. It all comes down to how you do it. I mean, there's no wrong way or right way. It's just, the reason why Marvel was so successful because, they worked out, they made the movies, people enjoyed them. They could have made these movies in such a way where people didn't like them, and then that wouldn't have worked out for them. So... Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So, as long as this movie does the job and is, does what it's supposed to be and hit its mark, it's not going to matter that we haven't seen Cyborg before or Aquaman before. Like, they'll feel like...
I hope that because they're introducing Cyborg, maybe they'll eventually do a Teen Titans movie with, everyone, maybe.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He's supposed to be a teenager in this, I'm assuming, right? I know he's younger.
Maybe. I was going to say, too, maybe that's why he's not as buff, even though if he's a... android cyborg.
But I think they're trying to maybe give him a bit more realistic, but they don't want to make him look too clunky. Yeah, because it looks great on the comic page. Because remember, we watched that DC movie Flashpoint, the animated one, and Aquaman in that literally just looked like the Incredible Hulk in an orange shirt. Like, he was massive, but
Giant.
yeah, but realistically, even as big as Momoa is,
Yeah.
you can't, you have to kind of work with still realistic human proportions. So if Cyborg has like a normal man-sized head, but it has a body that's like freaking, Arnold in the Mr. Universe years, it's like, it would look a little silly. So I think they're trying to say, okay.
I know.
Not to mention he's a cyborg too, so he doesn't need mass to be strong. His body is enhanced, cybernetically, so he could have little scrawny arms and lift a rhino.
Me think I'm nitpicking. I'm not trying to.
No, we're not. And again, it's like, I'm legitimately curious. Like, again, I have no, because we didn't grow up reading Marvel, DC, or either of them. It's not like we have a side.
I wanted them their manga nerds.
Yeah, we read. I was always like into Japanese superheroes like Sentai and Guyver and all that. So believe me,
Where's my Magical Girl movie?
Yeah, where's your Magical Girl?
I don't care what series you take it from.
Sailor Moon. No, but that's my point. So for me, it's like, hey, the more of these fun movies, the better. So I'm not rooting against either or. To me, and if you're into superheroes, I would imagine you probably are a fan of both. So,
well, unless it's like console war stuff, like of days past, where people are like, I'm loyal to this one only.
It's like saying, well, you can only watch Godzilla or Gamera. I'm like, both. I got both on my shelf.
That one gif. Why not both?
Why not both? But yeah, so what did you guys think? Did you like it? Did it confirm anything? Are you recognizing stuff from the comics that it's getting you excited? Are you confused about anything?
That's the thing. I would assume it'd be pulling mostly from New 52 stuff, because that's what it seemed like they were following for most of the stuff.
I haven't read 52, so I don't know what I'm looking at, admittedly. So, what that said, let us know in the comments below what exactly, if you know more about what's going on, then clearly we do. By the way, share with it. Is this a specific story from one of the comics or comic runs, or are they mixing and matching a little bit from, different things? I know with the Wonder Woman trailer, you guys were really cool and explained a lot of stuff to me that actually I had no idea about Wonder Woman, and it kind of told me seemed like they're borrowing a little bit from different,
Continent.
Yeah, to kind of make it a one story. Is that what they're doing with Justice League? So let us know, because again, I'm curious.
Well, and that's the thing is, Man of Steel, or not Man of Steel, God, Superman's not going to be in this, right? Like,
he is. I think they're just keeping him secret, or not secret, but like obviously he's off doing something or whatever. So I think they're gonna his involvement or his.
I didn't really think about it till just now, but I was like, yeah, he's not in it. Like, I don't think he's even on the poster.
Not the poster yet. I mean, I'm sure as we get close, they'll release a final poster where you'll see the whole band back together. But yeah, so I'm sure again his reveal they're kind of holding off on a little bit, which cool. It's
or
not,
is this because unless it's a thing like because we haven't seen Batman v Superman?
Admittedly.
Yeah, sorry guys.
But again, I'm imagining too.
Something happening there.
Yeah. Well, here's my thing. I'm kind of glad that they're not showing us everything in these trailers.
Yeah.
Like I always say, too.
Well, again, this is only trailer 1, so.
Yeah, but
time.
I'm sure he'll pop up later on. But yeah, I mean, I kind of hope they still leave a lot of stuff for the viewing experience.
No.
Again, I keep meaning to watch Batman v Superman, and I just like John Wick. It was always an issue where something always comes up. But now after seeing this trailer, okay, I'm kind of really interested in this cinematic universe now. So obviously I need to catch up a little bit and watch that, so I kind of get up to speed of what's going on, because I'm really, I kind of want to get a sense of really what's going on before I obviously walk into this one. But yeah, so that is our reaction to Justice League, the trailer. So as always, if you haven't already, please subscribe to her channel. We'll leave a link in the description section below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe here. Leave us some comments, leave us some thoughts, let us know. And by all means, all you DC fans out there, educate us, because we would like to know. And I'd rather get it from you guys than Wikipedia, even though I'm sure it's you guys probably writing Wikipedia. But I want to hear from the horse's mouth, so teach us. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace!
Peace.